is quick to fight and destroy his own people. Read what you got.
Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17.
Read.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. What do we do? The white man come to our neighborhoods, gentrify our neighborhoods, put crack in our communities. They give us the worst healthcare system. But do we do anything? I'm not promoting violence. But look at the aggression we have for our own people. You saying we can't communicate? We can't communicate like human beings, like grown men? Read that again.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
That's a law of God.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We get Deuteronomy 1 verse 1. Deuteronomy is a book written by Moses. Moses is an Israelite from the tribe of Levi.
That's right.
Today, they're called Haitians. He was the son of he was the grandson, quote unquote, of the Pharaoh of Egypt when they were the top power of the earth. But he understood he was an Israelite. The Most High used him to free our forefathers out of Egyptian slavery.
That's right.
The Most High spoke to us through Moses. And what did Moses say? Who was he talking to? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1.
Read.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto the whole world.
Unto all Israel.
You understand, my young people right here? You understand? These words in this book were written to Israel. You understand?
That's right.
You are an Israelite according to the Bible. Go to verse 64 again and 28.
Deuteronomy.
You got a flyer? Go ahead.
Chapter 28 verse 64.
What's going on, my brother?
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
So what happened to us in slavery? Read that again.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other.
From the west coast of Africa to what? Colombia, America, down south. What? South Carolina. Where we went? We went all over the world. But now, let me ask you a question. Why did God allow that to happen to his chosen people? That's something that we must know. Why would, if God is good all the time, is what they say in the church. Why did God allow one specific people to go into slavery and to be at the bottom for all these years? You got any answers? You got any thoughts about that?
Nah, I'm thinking about this. I always thought about this slave ship. I always wondered, did they really have us like that?
Oh, you want to know? Let's go to verse 68. You had something?
Yeah, we also got other pictures.
Yeah, get that poster from. Yeah, but look, I'm gonna show you that our history is royal history. The Bible documents the history and the future of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
We are the Israelites. We are God's chosen people.
That's
the
right.
reason why he allowed this to happen to us, because what? We were given power over the earth. We were given a high responsibility on this earth. And we went against the commandments that our God gave us.
That's right. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So what happened? Moses took who out of Egypt? When he said, let my people go, he spoke to Pharaoh. Who did he take out of Egypt? Who was he requesting the freedom for? The Israelites. God said that the Israelites would go back what?
Into Egypt again.
What were they doing in Egypt? They were slaves in Egypt, meaning what? You will go back into slavery again. That same condition you was in Egypt, you're going back to that same condition, but now.
That's right. With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Our history is in the Bible. This didn't happen to the Jewish man. This didn't happen to nobody else. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I speak unto thee.
The same way he told Moses is the same way it happened. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
What is the it? What was our mission when we came out of Egypt? We were going to what? The promised land. We were about to establish our kingdom on earth. But he said, if you go against me, you're not going to see it no more again. Read.
And there ye shall shall be sold unto your enemy.
You shall be what?
Sold unto your enemy.
Look at this son. You shall what?
Be sold unto your enemy.
Did that happen to the Jewish man? No. Did that happen to anybody else? No. We're the only ones who went into slavery and were sold like property. Keep reading.
Bring it on. For bondmen and bondwomen.
Slave men and slave women. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they all had great speeches, all great ideas to redeem us from this captivity.
Right.
But the Most High God said, no man shall redeem you. Why? Because we were enslaved by the hand of God.
That's
God allowed the other nations to do that. God put the spirit in man to, you know what? These are my chosen people, but they're going against my laws. You enslaved them. But guess what? What was the role of the other nations before this? What is their purpose on this earth? Why did God create these other nations for? Go to 2nd Ezra 6.
Bring it out.
50, you know what I mean. My brother, what's your name? What's your name, my brother? My brother with the hat, what's your name? You said what? My name is Wakanda. All right. Hey, yo, my brothers, look, see this. This is why we went into slavery right here. This is the reason why we went into slavery right here. Because what? We have hatred for each other. We have hatred for our own people. We're the only ones that beat up and destroy our own people. Give me Leviticus 17:19. Give me Leviticus 17. Because the black man is quick to fight and destroy his own people. Read what you got.
Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17.
Read.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. What do we do? The white man come to our neighborhoods, gentrify our neighborhoods,
Bring it out.
put crack in our communities. They give us the worst healthcare system. But do we do anything? I'm not promoting violence. But look at the aggression we have for our own people. You saying we can't communicate? We can't communicate like human beings? Like grown men? Read that again.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
That's a law of God. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. You should not have hatred for your own people. What do? We don't do that to nobody else. Everybody else is free to walk up and down the block with no problem. But the black man got to be scared to walk down his own neighborhood. Read.
Teach the people. Any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
If somebody of your own people does something wrong against you, what should you do?
Rebuke thy neighbor.
What does that mean, rebuke your neighbor? That means correct him. That's all you gotta do. You don't gotta gang up on somebody and beat them up. This is my brother, I don't like how you did that. Can we move it forward? Can we handle things like this? That's how we walk. That's how we move. We are a royal nation.
Right.
Guess what? In slavery, we were taught to hate ourselves and hate everybody else that look like us.
Right.
That's what we were taught. But now we're coming back to the understanding that we're God's chosen people. We're supposed to have love for each other. That's why God put us in slavery. Give me that in Hosea 4:2. You in the spirit. Hosea 4:2. Because the same thing that's going on right now is the same thing that was going on the other side of the world in Jerusalem. Read that.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 2.
Read verse 1.
Verse 1.
Read.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you so-called West Indians, listen to what God said against you. Read.
For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
God, the creator of heaven and earth, has a controversy. We should all know that. Look at the way we're living. God has a problem with what we're doing, obviously. Read.
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
Read that again.
Because there is no truth.
Hold on. Why does God have a problem with you West Indians? Why does God have a problem with you so-called Jamaicans? Read it again.
Because there is no truth.
You don't know the true way to live. You don't know the true way to live on this earth. You think it's about beating up one another, taking advantage of each other, getting over on one another. Read.
Nor mercy.
You don't got no mercy for a man that looks just like you.
Bring it out.
That guy here on the slave ships together. And look at this. You quick to beat and try to kill and want to murder each other. Read.
No knowledge of God in the land.
That's the problem. We don't have no knowledge of God in the land. So what we doing here today, we're trying to bring that knowledge back to you. You understand that? So what's your name again, my brother? Emmanuel? And your name? Wakanda. Okay, my brother. So now what must we do? Do you understand why we went to slavery? Do you understand that? My brother, do you understand why we went to slavery? Read that. Read what you got. We're going to take our time and try to build. Because our people have been destroyed in slavery. You understand that? Slavery, from then to now, Jim Crow and all that, the other nations, you got to understand. The Most High God allowed this to happen to us because we turned our back on the one true God. Right. These other nations are not our friends, they're not our buddies, they're not our brothers and sisters. They are our enemies, according to the Bible, according to history. It shows itself. What buddy of yours is going to teach your child LGBTQ in kindergarten? Exactly. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
This is the reason why we went into slavery. This is the reason why the blacks, Jamaicans, West Indians, South Americans, North American Indians, the Hispanics went into slavery. Read.
But it shall come to pass.
It will happen. This was written during the time of the Egyptian dynasty. It will happen 2021. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
This is where God's voice was documented. These are the words of God. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
What are we supposed to do?
To do all his commandments.
No, go to church and sing and clap and shake my ass all day in church.
To do all his commandments.
That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be keeping the commandments. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Read.
That all these curses.
No, all these blessings, brother. We blessed out here.
These curses.
You sure you ain't talking about a blessing, my brother? I'm getting money out here. Be blessed.
All these curses.
My brother, we are cursed as a people. Listen, we are cursed as a people. You know why you think the way you living is good? Because you what? You watch hip-hop videos, you listen to hip-hop music, you watch black thug movies. You think that's the way you're supposed to be living on this earth? Because you got a job, you got an apartment, you may have a house or a car. That don't mean nothing. God gave us rulership over the whole earth. What is a little section in this place of our captivity? What does that mean? How is our people living on this earth? Are people still going to sleep hungry? Are people bums out here? Are people on drugs out here? You don't know if your kid go outside and get kidnapped. You don't control the police system in your neighborhood. You don't own these businesses. You don't got no army. Read.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Hold on, so my brother, you leaving, but what are you leaving with? What do you understand so far? What knowledge have you gained so far? Because sometimes we got to just slow down. We so quick in a rush to just go run somewhere. But this is the words of life right here.
That's right.
This is the words of life right here. You know what's going on in the earth right now?
That's
you
right.
got World War III about to happen. You got the Most High sending massive natural disasters hitting the Bronx. What just happened last week? A simple rainstorm turned into a damn hurricane. All right, so how are you going to ensure your life now and after death? How are you going to do that? By walking away, just going so fast, moving? You can walk and get hit by a stray bullet, get hit by a car. How do you know that your life is in good standing with the Most High God?
Bring it out!
That's why we out here. That's why we out here. Go to Proverbs 7:2. It's a show. Matter of fact, give me the truth. I'm gonna show you what the truth is. The truth, not what you're hearing in the church, because who set up the churches? The same people that funded the slave trade, paid for the slave ships, bought and sold us all across America, then they set up churches after they raped your mother. After they killed your baby, they set up a church and said, Jesus looked like me. Just don't worry about that. God forgives. Forgive me. God loves everybody. That's what they did. That was manipulation. God and Christ are black men. Christ is a black man. Right. God is a black man. Right. The angels are black. Right. We were made in their image. You understand that? Read what you got.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 142.
Read.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
God's righteousness. And where's it written? In this book right here. Those are the laws of God. Read.
And thy law is the truth.
What is the true way?
Thy law is the truth.
So what does that mean? If you're not keeping God's laws, you're living a false life.
That's right.
Read that again.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
God's righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. What did God say? Don't hate your brother in your heart. Don't commit murder on your brother. Don't commit adultery on your wife. Love your people. That is the true way to live. Read.
And thy law is the truth.
And God's laws is the true way.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.